You ever wake up thinking you've got a quiet day ahead? Coffee brewing, sunshine spilling across the driveway, birds doing their thing. Just peace, you know? Yeah, well, that was my Saturday morning until I walked outside and my car was gone. Not parked around the corner, not out for a joyride. Gone, vanished in a thin suburban air, leaving behind nothing but the faint smell of burnt rubber and the sinking realization that someone had just declared war on my weekend. And let me tell you, if you guessed Karen was involved, give yourself a gold star. But not just any Karen. I'm talking about HOA President Karen, the queen of bylaws, self-importance, and enough moral superiority to power a small city. At first, I honestly thought maybe I'd finally lost it. I mean, there's a first time for everything, right? Did I park around the block last night? Was I that tired? But nope. Streets empty, no car, no note, no hint. Just this eerie quiet that says someone's been up to no good while you were dreaming about bottomless pancakes. So I head back inside, coffee getting colder by the second, and start hunting for any violation notice, any warning, even a passive-aggressive email. Guess what? Nothing. Not a word, not a paper slip, just a whole lot of nothing. Now I'm mad. So I call the tow company, half expecting them to say it was all a mistake, like maybe some other unlucky soul on Maple Lane was missing their car, but nope. My license plate, my car, no explanation. They actually sounded confused, like they didn't even know who signed off on it. Then the plot thickens. Turns out, Karen had filled out some sketchy online form like, "Yes, hello, please abduct this car, sincerely, the neighborhood overlord." The tow company, to their credit, was already nervous about it. The guy on the phone even tells me, "Ma'am, this might get us sued." I had to laugh, really laugh. If anyone was going down today, it wasn't going to be me and my harmless little car. So I did what any slightly caffeinated, mildly dramatic suburbanite would do. I grabbed my phone, started recording, and prepared to turn this circus into the content event of the season. By the time I strolled outside, my block had transformed into a live audience. Bob from next door is standing there with a mug big enough to hide a raccoon. Marcy's waving her arms like she's Moses parting the Red Sea of HOA rules, and even little Timmy's circling on his scooter, pretending he's a one-kid SWAT team. Honestly, if someone had set up a popcorn stand, I'd have been their first customer. And right on cue, here comes Karen, sunglasses, clipboard, strut, like she's about to declare martial law on our cul-de-sac. She points dramatically, barking about HOA code 4.2.1b, whatever that means. I ask her, what code is that exactly? And she hits me with, the one about cars being here, not there. Helpful. The tow truck finally arrives, and the driver looks like he's already lived through 3 HOA nightmares this morning alone. He hands me a clipboard and goes, "Lady, if this is legit, I'm going to need a lawyer for lunch." I nearly lost it laughing. Is this what passes for Saturday morning now? But Karen isn't done. She's pacing, waving her phone, muttering about neighborhood safety and unauthorized vehicles as if she's invoking the suburban spirits. The tow truck driver, poor guy, shakes his head and tells her, "Ma'am, your authorization is fake. You could be sued." Karen freezes, the confidence draining from her face faster than cheap coffee in a paper cup. Now, Marcy rushes over waving what she claims are HOA citations, which, let's be real, probably came off her printer 15 minutes ago, while Bob starts narrating the scene like he's auditioning for the local news. That's when the real show starts. Karen blocks the tow truck, arms out, channeling her inner pro wrestler. Honestly, if you blinked, you'd swear you were watching WWE, Suburban Edition. The driver, keeping it cool, gently nudges her aside and warns, "Ma'am, you're about to create a felony." And the whole street cracks up. Phones out, cameras rolling, because who doesn't want evidence for the neighborhood group chat? Or, YouTube? And then, as if we hadn't reached peak ridiculousness, Mr. Whiskers, the neighbor's cat, leaps onto Karen's car hood. Karen freezes mid-rant, caught between honking her own horn like she's summoning the HOA cavalry and trying to shoo the world's most judgmental feline. You could feel the chaos and the comedy tangling together, everyone howling, Timmy zooming by, "Protect the driveway." It was peak suburbia in the flesh. And just when you think this saga can't possibly level up, the tow company's lawyer pulls up, steps out like he's about to drop the closing argument in a courtroom drama. You filed a false authorization. You are personally liable, he says, calm as ever. Karen's jaw hits the sidewalk, clipboard sliding from her hands, and I swear the cat looked smug, like he'd been waiting for this twist all morning. Neighbors are whispering, filming, some live streaming, because, well, this is the age we live in. Karen tries to argue, her voice getting weaker with every excuse. I was just following the rules. This is for everyone's safety, but nobody's buying it. Bob, deadpan, goes, "Ma'am, the only thing in danger here is your reputation." Brutal, but honestly, accurate. The lawyer lays it all out. False tow, personal liability, damages court. Karen's color goes from red to purple. Her hands are shaking. She drops her phone, and Mr. Whiskers, still perched like a tiny suburban judge, just keeps staring. If cats could talk, he'd be saying, "You brought this on yourself, lady." Then the cherry on top. The rest of the HOA board, previously invisible, pop up in an emergency Zoom meeting, faces like they'd rather be anywhere else. You can see them in the window, whispering, pointing, pretending they don't know Karen. It's like watching a reality show meltdown. Some neighbors even start betting whether Karen will resign or just disappear into witness protection. Karen, trying to salvage the sinking ship, issues a half-baked apology. "I didn't know the form was invalid. I thought it was legal," but the crowd just groans unimpressed. Bob's filming, Marcy's flipping pages, and Timmy declares himself hero of the day, still circling on his scooter. It's not just a scene, it's a legend in the making. And by sunset, it's all over. Legal papers filed, car back in my driveway, Karen hiding behind her curtains, and the block absolutely buzzing. People replay videos, laugh at the replays, probably creating memes already. I finally get to sit down with what's left of my coffee, looking around at the aftermath, thinking, only in this neighborhood does a simple towing drama turn into an all-out suburban spectacle. It's crazy, it's hilarious, and it's the kind of story people will talk about for weeks. Because in the end, when you mix HOA power trips, legal paperwork, a board tow company, and a cat with too much attitude, you get the kind of justice that's both satisfying and entertaining as hell. So let me ask you, what would you have done? Do you think HOA rules ever justify going nuclear like this? Or does power always go to people's heads when you give them a clipboard and a title? Drop your wildest HOA stories in the comments. Let's get this debate started. And hey, if you want more neighborhood drama, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell, because around here, justice is never boring. 11.